Welcome back to another episode of Cooking with Gianluca and
Vanessa.
And today we have an awesome episode. We're going to be doing a lentil loaf. So it's going to be made out of lentils, mushrooms, onions, garlics, carrots, breadcrumbs. We're using a flax egg. We're using oatmeal. We're going to have a bunch of spices. Rolled oats, yeah. Oat flour, oatmeal, whatever you want to call it. A bunch of spices. And it's going to be an awesome recipe. It's going to take almost zero time with Tupperware products, obviously, because they are the best products out there. Hint, hint, wink, wink, people. The Tupperware products that we're going to be using are our PowerChef, our stack cooker, our quick series peelers, as well as our meat grinder. Yes, Tupperware has a meat grinder. It is amazing, and you don't need to grind any meat with it. That's why we're doing a lentil loaf. We're not grinding any meat, guys. So it's gonna be an awesome and quick recipe. All the ingredients are gonna be down below. Let's get right to it then. So, the first thing we're going to do is we are going to make our oat flour using our PowerChef. Okay, so this recipe asks, we're doubling the recipe. And this recipe normally asks for three quarter cup of oat flour. So because we're doubling it, we're gonna do 2 times 3/4 cup. And so we're using quick oats for this recipe. And I'll show you how easy it is to make flour from quick oats using the PowerChef. So I'll put this here so you guys can see it. A couple spins.
Just a couple.
And you guys got yourself some oat flour. Amazing, right? Yes, I know. So we're gonna put this on the side in a bowl. So with the oat flour done, we are going to add a cup of breadcrumbs into it. And that's the flour that we're going to be using, breadcrumbs and oat flour. I should also mention that I did cook 2 cups of dry lentils in our Tupperware pots and pans. Came out awesome.
With vegetable
broth. Exactly.
Gives it more flavor.
Yeah. So now we are going to, in the PowerChef, we're going to chop up 2 onions and 6 cloves of garlic. So now that the onion is nice and chopped up, we are going to, if we were doing this on a stovetop, we were going to saute them. So we're going to do the same thing with our stack cooker. We're going to throw it into the microwave for 3 minutes, right?
Yep.
Just clean it all up nicely with the Tupperware spatula. There we go. So Vanessa's gonna throw that into the microwave for 3 minutes. With the cover. Now I'm going to be using our quick series peeler, and I'm going to peel 2 carrots. I'm using the yellow one, so it's the one that acts like a peeler as a knife. So what's cool about this quick series peeler is this one here. You could use it to come towards you or away from you, however you like. I like always away because I'm scared I'm going to cut myself, even though you shouldn't with the Tupperware ones, but I'm just gonna peel the carrots nicely. So now that the carrots are nicely peeled, I'm just gonna chop them up roughly. And I'm going to to throw them into the PowerChef to chop them up. Perfect. Nice and fine. Look how beautiful that looks. So, like I said, the carrots are nice and chopped, and at the same time, our onions and garlic is done being. Look at that smoke, crazy. So we're gonna throw in the carrots with this. And then we're gonna chop up the mushrooms and put it in as well. And we're gonna throw it back into the microwave for an additional 3 minutes. So Vanessa's going to do the mushrooms while I mix this. So the mushrooms are all nice and chopped. Watch your fingers, Vanessa. It's they're sharp, the knife. Nice and chopped, and we're gonna throw that into the carrot mixture.
And then do the second batch.
Yeah. Perfect. Give it a nice mix, and we're gonna put some salt to it as well.
The rest of the
Salt. And into the microwave it goes. So the veggies are all nice and sauteed now. Just to give you guys a look, smoke at that, look at that. All nice, all those colors. So what are we going to do now? We are going to make our meat. So using our, yeah, you see this in the picture. Using our meat grinder from Tupperware, we are going to grind the lentils to make it into a meat. So I'm going to get a scooper here. Vanessa's going to put that underneath there. Perfect. And
bring this closer.
yeah. So
Oh.
I'm going to bring this closer. Perfect. So we're putting our lentils in full. And Vanessa is going to show you how easy it grinds up. Look at that. Doesn't even look like lentils, it looks like minced meat. Crazy. So that was 2 cups of dry lentils cooked that we did. Now to this we are going to add our mixture of oatmeal, flour, and breadcrumbs.
And spices after that.
Yeah. And then we're going to add our spices. So we have crushed chili flakes. We have thyme. We have oregano. have some cumin, a pinch, and then some more salt. Perfect. So I'm going to mix this all up nicely. And then when it's mixed up nicely, I'm going to add the flax egg. So basically a flax egg replaces an egg. It is 3 tablespoons of flax to 6 tablespoons of water. So we doubled again the recipe. So we needed 1 flax egg, so we needed 2 to make 2. So we did 6 tablespoons of flax to 12 tablespoons of water. We like to always mix it with hot water. I find that it just works better.
It becomes gooier.
Yeah, it becomes gooier, exactly. So this is being nice and mixed. So I'm going to show you guys how it looks now. Look at that. And we're going to add the flax egg into it. So this is how the flax egg looks. It's like gooey, like an egg. So we're going to put that mixture in there. There we go. Perfect. And again, we'll mix it all up using our spatula.
Smells good.
Yeah. And we got it. Just to show you, it's all nice and mixed. So now this is a big quantity, and what we want to do is we want to make it into like a bun cake, so it's easier to cut the slices of the meat loaf. So we're gonna do this in the microwave in half, so in 2 seconds. Again, guys, we're doing this. We're doubling the recipe, so we're doing this for meal prep. If you weren't doing a meal prep, you could have done a simple recipe and it would have worked perfectly in 1 shot. So it's just to give you.
So in the comments, we're gonna put the
single recipe, exactly. Yeah. Cool. So we're gonna transfer this to a bowl.
Here.
There you have it, look at it. It looks like a cake, but it's an actual meatloaf. So we're gonna throw it into the microwave for about 20 to 30 minutes. All again depends on the strength of your microwave. So we'll do that and we'll show you the final result shortly. Also, another side note is, like we said, we did double the recipe because we are making meal prep for the week with this. But you could also double the recipe, cook 1 recipe, put this into the freezer and have it left over for another time if ever you want to use it for another recipe or another time you're making the meatloaf, just to have the meat in handy. It's an awesome thing. And you could also make burgers out of this. It doesn't have to just be a meatloaf. It could be transformed into many different plant-based meats. While the meatloaf is cooking and Vanessa is cleaning, I'm going to make the glaze that we're going to put on top of the meatloaf. So it's a really simple glaze. We're using 3 ingredients. We're using balsamic vinegar, we're using ketchup, and we're using maple syrup. So it's for one recipe, it's 3 tablespoons of ketchup to 1 tablespoon of maple syrup and 1 tablespoon of balsamic vinegar. So we're gonna double it, we're gonna do 6, 2, and 2. This is a new bottle of ketchup, so I have to take out the little plastic thing. There we go. So using our handy Tupperware measuring spoons, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 tablespoons of ketchup, 2 tablespoons of maple syrup,
That's it?
we'll do 3 tablespoons of maple syrup. Maple syrup fiends. There we go, that's a lot of maple syrup, it's good. And this
Do you
is,
need help?
I want to try to do it one hand, it didn't work out. It'd be cool for the audience, but it's all good. 2 tablespoons of balsamic vinegar. Perfect. So we're gonna just mix this all up, and that's going to be our glazing for the meatball. And just to show you at home, that's the glazing. Let's do a little taste test. Good?
Sweet.
Ah, it's good, nice. Awesome. So, in all, it took 30 minutes in the microwave for the meatloaf. I rang about 5 minutes ago, so we let it rest also in the microwave for 5 minutes. And now it's ready to be presented to you guys.
We'll see.
Let's take out the lid, and look at that. Nice and cooked, nice and crisp. Amazing. So we are going to flip this into the lid. Like that.
Oops.
Oops, I missed. So I'll just fix that for you guys. There we go. I'm missing that flip. It looks like a big donut. Really cool. So now, before we put the glaze, again, we're gonna let this rest for another 5 or so minutes, and then we'll put the glaze, and we'll come back to you guys shortly. So, look at this. The loaf looks beautiful. I'm gonna make it focus, beautiful. So, what we're going to do is we are going to put the glazing on the loaf. Actually, no, we're not going to do that. We're going to cut a piece, put some glazing on it, and then we're going to do our taste test. So let's cut a nice little piece here. So it is ready. It's one little piece, because we're making meal prep, so we just have to test it to see if our recipe tastes good, right guys? So we put a bit of our glazing, and we're gonna taste test. Got a nice piece of the glazing on it. Cheers.
Wait.
Cheers. Very good. The glazing is sweet, I like it. Has a little hit from the chili flakes. Going to be an awesome lunch for the week. So thank you guys for watching. That is the episode, the lentil meatloaf. It's an awesome recipe, easy to make as you guys saw. And an awesome lunch recipe because you can cut it up and make it for lunches for the week. So if you guys did like this recipe, make sure to give the video a thumbs up down below, as well as don't forget to subscribe to our channel. That as well as written down below says go subscribe. Click that, and don't forget also to click the little bell, because that's gonna get you notified every time we release a new video. And don't forget to share, guys, because that's gonna help other people see the benefits of cooking with Tupperware and the lifestyle that it gives you, that you can make awesome meals very quickly with very little effort. So till next time, your Tupperware couple.